night of protest, standing up for good governance and standing out for the good future that the Nigerian youth seek and are fighting for, Aisha Yusufu has been talking to the Northerners who have been against the NSAS protest. Because that during the protest, the North started a counter-protest against that which was out forth by the youth. They said that the SAT was only planning to remove President Muhammadu Buhari from his seat. Therefore, they took off counter-protest against all the things the youth were protesting and agitating for. She has been one of the strongholds of protest against bad governance in Nigeria. She has been seeking to make sure every leader be held accountable for his or her action, for how they lead, what they achieved, and how they achieved it. In response to a sad story shared about what bandits did to a family few weeks ago, Aisha Yusufu issues a serious warning to the North, telling them to stop the hypocrisy or it would consume the North and the entire country. A man shared a sad story over the BBC Hausa radio station last night of how bandits in Zamfara asked a father to give them his daughter for 1 week, else they all die. The father had no choice and gave out his daughter to the bandits. They raped for the 1 week, as they said, and returned her back to the father. I mean, what nonsense. Nothing could be done about it. They had to agree to bandits to rape their daughter for 1 full week and return her. If this was a different country, the security agencies would have done something about it. But no, absolutely nothing was done. Here is the sad story shared by the father of the lady on BBC Hausa Radio last night. Very, very unreasonable, very, very pathetic. And we've talked about this. You know, some people come and say, how did he come? Do this and that. Yes, we talk about it on a weekly program that, that usually happen, they conduct in BBC Hausa. And the man narrated his whole story, and that is just the way it is. He said families and their villages can't conduct any wedding ceremony until they seek permission from bandits and pay them marriage fees. This is happening in a state where the governor is taking photos with a bandit, paying them and quarreling with soldiers not to attack them. In Zamfara. Well, our response was to the entire Northerners because they have been against her and the protest she has been leading. She says they should get rid of their hypocritical lifestyle and stand for what is right, else plunge Nigeria into a deadly revolution. Hypocrisy in the North will consume the North and sadly the whole nation. When the revolution erupts, it will be deadly. There will be no religious threat that will work because people are already in hell. Let's keep saying Buhari is president and protest is haram. One thing, now this incident that happened recently in Borno State, they could come out during the NSAS to counter the protest that was going on in other regions. The NSAS protest, they could come to counter it, but they cannot come out now to cry out and say, these are the things we are feeling. Then do you think they are really bothered? Of course, maybe not all of them, but majority of them are not bothered. Majority of them are not seeing it the way the whole world is seeing it. It's just few individuals who do not even agree with all these things, but their voices are not loud enough. But majority, believe you me, even to their leaders, 90% or 95% of them, they don't see anything wrong with what is happening. Even the ones that are even bearing the brunt the more. The ones that are even that are even suffering the whole thing the more. Majority of them, they don't even care. You see, you can imagine this kind of a story. Some of them came out and began to attack or threaten Davido that you have to do this. If he does not remove his music from your phone, who cares? What has that got to do? Do you know the recognition he's already gotten? How many of you even listen to his song that you are threatening him? The worst part of it is that they all came out in their large numbers to counter NSAS protest. To counter it. Now, see what is happening to them. They can't do anything. Like I have always said, whether you voted for Buhari or you didn't vote for Buhari, everybody is bearing it. Just like the way we are still trying to be objective that even most of the people in the north, it's not everybody there that supported or that still supports what happened or that voted for this thing for the present administration. It's not everybody. We still have other people who are not APC. So at the end of the day, whether you are part of it or you're not part of it, everybody is bearing it in one way or the other. It might be more in some areas, but believe you me, we all are going through all of these things happening. Whether you voted or you contributed to the emergence of this government, it is inconsequential. What is important now is that everybody is feeling the heat, no matter how you want to see it. Wow. It will only consume the North and their southern collaborators because we all saw it coming without doing anything. The elite, traditional rulers, religious leaders, and politicians from the North were not fair to their people. The gap between them and the Talakawas is so much, and that shows how wicked they are to them. And there's great injustice against them, which the Talakawas must raise up and correct. You will live long, woman. I have never seen a more hypocritical region than the northern Nigeria, a region that hates truth, promotes evil, hates development and anything good, but their selfish political elites and their children enjoy every good thing in overseas. And those who are always saying that, yes, so you have to cover people up, or you have to cover our leaders. Who are the leaders? No, tell me, you that you're always talking about leaders from your region. Who are the leaders? Tell us who are the leaders that you think people should cover, should not say anything. Just like this last person said, that all this the few elites, so their children are enjoying the good things of all over the world, and they themselves keeping the people in abject poverty and in ignorance. Where are the northerners that hate hearing the truth about the reality? They die more, but still prefer hiding behind religion and fanaticism. The good thing is that the northerners are still the same people killing each other. They started by burning churches and killing the Christians, as if Christians are the reason why Nigeria is this bad. Nigeria is not a nation, it's a country. It's the blood of innocent Christians that they have wasted that is against them. Those innocent blood will never stop avenging their death until they testify that Christianity is the only true way to the heavenly Father. It's the blood of the innocents they have wasted. Aisha Yusufu, sorry, the hypocrisy in the north will consume the north only, and the few southerners useless paid agents. They thought their people to be fanatical and sentimentally loyal to their leaders who have deprived them living normally like others, even to think like others. A day very near is coming when they will unleash their anger and frustration on their leaders and emirs and so on. Every one of them that come down south is not willing to go back home because they see their people living like human beings with no one controlling your thoughts or what you do because of enlightenment and education here. So let them continue their hypocrisy. It will only bring an end to one Nigeria when they fight back at their leaders. Of course, these are the things that I laugh at some of the southerners, especially the southwest. They will tell you, oh, you see people, they themselves, a majority of the people from the southwest too, there's something else. Oh, they believe that you have to be respecting somebody. You have to just be backing the person. You have to be DC because other those ones. You see those ones, but they will not even listen. They will not even learn. Those ones that are not covering their people, that they have trained them to continue to be loyal to their leaders. Of course, nobody respect is reciprocal. That's it. Everybody loves to be respected. But when you begin not to, my life is more important than that respect you are talking about. When you are not, you don't have the interest of my life at your, in your heart, and you expect me to respect you, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. How can you respect somebody to the extent or at the detriment of your own life? People who do not have a good plans for you, who do not care about you, and you are talking about respect. Just like I've been saying, if the government has been trying on all sides, if they have been trying, people will know that yes, they are putting in their best. But when you are not doing anything, you just say we have to just be saying yes sir, all correct. It's not going to happen. Some people are saying, oh, it's going to consume the north, but I know that majority of the suffering is embedded there. But in one way or the other, we too from other regions, we are feeling it. We are feeling it. Everybody's complaining. Because if you don't tackle, if they cannot even tackle all those problems in the north, the security or the insecurity in the northern part of the country, we still have a lot of crimes going on in the southern part of the country. But if it's like now, those criminals now see it as a free fall to continue to perpetuate their evil. That is what we are talking about. If you don't tackle all of those, how do you expect them to have that feeling to tackle all of those other crimes happening in the other regions? And that was why when this issue of NSAS came up on board, they didn't feel it because they believe that after all, a lot of even worse things happened in the north. So nothing has been done. So what is this small thing that they want to talk about? So guys, let's hear your opinion. Leave your comment below and let's have your take on this.